Yeah, but see, Ella, this is how we do it, man. Because you're a star, bro. We don't want to just be like just talking forever. We got stuff to do.
I feel you.
LL Cool J's in the building.
One time.
What up?
This is the epitome
Excellent.
of goat talk right here.
Man.
Man.
The epitome of goat talk. When people call you the goat, how do you feel about that, bro?
I made up the term, so I feel great about it.
True. I just wanted you to say it.
Feel great. I feel like, obviously, it's, taking on a life of his own, and obviously, in art, sports, or anything, it's all subjective. But I feel amazing, man, to just be able to make, that kind of contribution to the culture and to the world. I mean, really think about it. I mean, I think it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel great. So I'm just happy that, I was able to coin a phrase that really summed up, what greatness is in my eyes. And,
right.
And it turns out that a lot of people can relate to me in that way. You know what I'm saying? In terms of who they deem to be the GOAT in different fields or what have you. So it feels amazing.
It becomes something that people argue about, especially in basketball.
Yeah.
And any sport. I mean, but sometimes people throw GOAT out there like after one album, which I'm kind of I'm confused by.
Well,
what is the definition of a person in any field that makes them GOAT worthy?
I mean, you got to have the confidence and then the game to back it up. I mean, that's really what it sets it up. Now, in terms of like overall, I mean, obviously a body of work. You got to have a career. I mean, you're not going to make one unbelievably amazing mega performance in a movie and then like be comparing yourself to Denzel.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to have a body of work to go with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what it's about. But to me, I think, look, that's really for the fans to decide.
Right.
Because, with music or art or with anything, it's really about how did the music impact your life? How did that art impact your life? It's not about who made the best verse or who had the best poetry or who rhymed this better than this one or none of that is really relevant. What's really relevant is how did that music or that art or that sport or that play impact your life personally? Mm-hmm. Because when they speak about who they consider to be GOATs or who they consider to be the GOAT, they're talking about personal impact. Personal impact cannot be defined by one individual about, a whole entire game. So I feel great about it, man. I don't mind people using it. Yes, it gets used loosely. People call it, you all right over there?
No, I'm good.
We out of time?
I'm good. No.
All right, I'm
just paying attention right now. I'm taking in all of this GOAT talk right here.
When I knock this thing over, that means LL needs to rap.
Now if it gets thrown at me, which means you've gone overtime.
And now on that note, we have more with LL Cool J when we come back. Ryan Cameron Uncensored. He was trying to tell me to rap, but then he knocked it over.
Yo, that's amazing. That's amazing, bro.
It is Ryan Cameron Uncensored back with LL Cool J, The Force Tour, Frequencies of Real Creative Energy.
Yeah.
First headlining tour in 30 years.
Yeah. First one. And it felt right for 50 years of hip-hop for me to kind of give people a show that kind of really is worthy, you know what I'm saying, of our culture. I got tired of seeing our hip-hop being served in a greasy brown paper bag. I felt like it needed to be served on a silver platter. Mm-hmm. And so when people come to this tour and you see the way these artists are presented and you see the execution, you understand why this is such an important moment for hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? To see it like this and to see day ones like this. You know what I'm saying? Not just second and third or fourth generation hip-hop artists on the biggest stages, but to see your day ones on the biggest stage is, I think, going to be a real unique experience for people. Also, it's nonstop, right? Like Questlove helped me put together something that's masterful, and it's a nonstop show. So what does that mean? That means there's no intermission. There's no stopping between people. Like, this is the way everybody will be doing their shows next year, and then they'll pretend that we didn't invent it, right? But like we invented it.
But
you know what I mean? It's been really curated in a special way. And so once that music starts, it never stops. Just come, dress the part, you know, uncle, bring auntie, bring niece, bring your nephew, bring your son, bring your grandson, bring your mama, and everybody come and just vibe. And, you know, I'm just personally inviting them because it's going to be an amazing, epic 50-year celebration of hip-hop.
So it's like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, Grammy Award winning, you know what I'm saying? The man who, without you, there would be no Def Jam. And you may, you know, say, no, come on now. For the minute you said box in the movie Crush Groove, it was already on. At your for the first album back in what, 85 it was?
First album.
You know what I'm saying? What was the LL vision, you know?
Just to be the best rapper in the world and to you know, take it to the highest heights possible. You know, on my song I Need a Beat, which was the first song on Def Jam label, right? Because T-La Rock was Def Jam Productions. And I sent my demo in to Rick because he had a Def Jam Productions with Streetwise Party Time label. I said, I predict this jam will hit the highest plateau in the world of music. Paparazzi, wealth, and fame, the total proportion of my name, right? I said that on the first song. You know what I mean? So it's like, that was always the vision. To take it to the, you know, have a picture of yourself on the Eiffel Tower. You know what I'm saying? To be at the highest heights, to show people that, you know, I looked at Michael Jackson and I looked at Mick Jagger and I looked at, you know, all the great artists, Rick James and, you know, all of these amazing acts. And I said, you know, we could do that too. And I always felt like, you know, we could do it. And I've always felt like we could have long-term careers too. And I felt like we could do it from the love and really care about it. You know what I mean? So that was the vision. The vision was just that. And then, obviously, it morphed. So you fast forward, and then it became about, okay, how can I do this for others, right? Like, that's why I have Rock the Bells. That's why we have the Rock the Bells Festival. That's why I have the Rock the Bells channel. That's why I have that big company, Rock the Bells, because I want to make sure that all of these day one acts, from Kool Herc to Run DMC, from Roxanne Shante to Big Daddy Kane, from, you know, you name them, all of them are also presented in the best light and put out there in the best way possible. And if you look at it now, this is the first year since we started really working on this. This year, we are finally to a place as a community where it's okay for you to love LL Cool J and for you to love Glorilla, for you to love Lil Baby, for you to love Run DMC, for you to love Lil Durk, for you to love Big Daddy Kane, and it's all good. And ain't nobody tripping.
Right.
Right? And it's okay. And it's finally all right. And that was my goal. Because I felt like if they can like the Stones and if people can like you too, then you can like Salt and Pepper. It's all right. It doesn't mean that you don't like Nicki.
Right.
You love Nicki too.
Right.
But you can to put us at that level, that was my goal. You know what I'm saying?
We got more with LL Cool J when we come back. It's Ryan Cameron Uncensored. Ryan Cameron Uncensored, LL Cool J, The Force Tour, Frequencies of Real Creative Energy. I'm going to go back in the archives.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me the mindset of that LL Cool J who wrote a verse on self-destruction and the LL Cool J in 2023.
Okay. Self-destruction, I wrote MC Light's part. I didn't want to be in it because I didn't have a record out for a long time, and I don't want the first time you hear me is you hear me over that music. Self-destruction, you know, it's too, I can't, I couldn't do it, so I wrote MC Light's part. I wanted to put my input in without having to be on the record, so I did it that way, and I didn't even ask for no credit. I didn't get no money. I told him not to tell nobody, so most people think, oh, LL thought he was too big to be on self-destruction. I wrote MC Light's part from the heart, you know, it was cool. I felt like I wanted to do my part. It was something that I supported. Right. But at that particular time, I didn't feel that it was right for you to hear me on the radio on that record for the first time in so long. So I just wrote her part and stepped out. And I didn't even want to be in the video because I didn't want people to see me.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I mean, look, you use the information that you have when you make your decisions that you make.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Could I have done it? Yeah, I could have done it. But, I mean, that's where I was at with it. You know what I'm saying?
That was your mindset at that time.
That was my mindset. Like, you know, I've written a lot of records for people. I've written songs for people. Look, I be keeping 100 with you. I'm not a nice guy. I'm a good guy, man. There's a difference.
Big difference.
Know, a nice guy, you always feel like they got to say yes to everything.
Right.
I'm not here. I'm not trying to be nice. I'm a good guy.
Right.
But I know how to say no, B.
Right.
I don't have a problem saying no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not like in it, like me.
Yeah.
It's a matter of, that's where I was at. That's real.
Yeah.
That was the truth. Now, you know.
Today?
Right now?
Yeah.
probably wouldn't do it right now either.
Right.
I to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean I wouldn't do something else.
Right.
But I wasn't like that particular music. I guess I just wasn't. It wasn't doing it for me.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not selfish to the point where I'm not willing to give.
Okay.
So I give for light. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna stand on that.
Okay.
I'm all right with that.
All right. I'm gonna.
I'm good with that.
I mean, we're saying you've been a trendsetter in so many different ways. I mean, with the fashion, with the FUBU, and with everybody knows about LL. With your own career, crossing over and doing the acting thing. I want to give you, and I'm not a flowers guy because flowers die. I'm more of a Raisinets. I like Raisinets.
Raisinets are good.
Yeah, Raisinets are good.
Raisinets are good.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you Raisinets right now.
I like Raisinets.
You wrote in your book something that I've used so many times, and people keep trying to give me credit, and I said, no. This show, after 20 plus years, is now syndicated nationally.
Yeah.
And people always say, well, what do you want to say about that? I said, well, LL said in his book, dreams don't have deadlines.
It's true.
I said, so they was like, oh, that's dope. I said, no. LL said in his book, dreams don't have deadlines. And I just want to say, man, when I read that, it gave me a whole new energy to say, keep doing what you're doing, and eventually people will figure it out.
100%, man. Let me tell you something. Like, there's no reason for you to stop dreaming and making it bigger. You can. You're in how many towns?
We're in nice little size markets right now.
You could triple it.
Yeah.
You could quadruple it. You could be global. In other words, what I'm saying is there's no limitation, and there's no reason to limit yourself. Sometimes we have a tendency, and I've been guilty of this in my life at certain points. We limit the size of our dreams to what we think is realistic. But a lot of times you're underestimating yourself. Don't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it big. You could do it. You could do more. You know what I'm saying? You could go all the way. You could go to the highest heights. It can be you.
Could I be as big as Shaba?
You could be bigger than Shaba.
No.
You could be bigger than Shaba.
So I gotta tell you, you look younger every day. Every day, I'm like, what is he doing, yo? Between you and Ryan uses the Pharrell joint.
I'm on that Pharrell.
You on that
baby.
Pharrell joint?
Pharrell.
But you're the original hip hop fitness dude. Like, you were the first person to do all the fitness stuff, which now Method Man and you know what I'm saying, other cats come behind. How do you attest that to the success in the career? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I was saying to my man the other day, my man Des, my trainer, I was like, yo, while they
you bring the trainer out with you.
Yeah,
my man.
Yeah, he travels with me. Like while they reaching for the weed and the Henny, I'm icing my knees after the workout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, if you want to be great, you got to do great things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't party all night, drink and smoke all night, and then expect to be here 30, 40 years later with a long-standing career.
Right.
It don't work that way.
Yeah.
It may seem like it works that way, but it don't. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be about it, and you got to be committed. And your level of success is going to be directly correlated to the level of sacrifice you're willing to make in your life. You know what I'm saying? So what type of sacrifices are you willing to make? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to sleep when you want to party? Are you willing to say no to the dessert when you want it? Are you willing to, like, all of that matters.
Right.
When you see Michael Jordan, and when you see Kobe, and when you see Dwayne Wade, and when you see Steph, and when you see people working hard, when you see Mayweather, and when you see, Bud Crawford, and when you see, Pacquiao, when you see people, they're making sacrifices to be the best.
Right.
So if we're going to be the best, and that's what we in it for, then what we doing?
Yeah.
We playing a what? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it is.
I saw you. We did an appearance. You were filming some movie. I can't remember, and it was here in Atlanta. And we went to a restaurant, and you ordered, I think, a bowl of lettuce.
Wait,
let me finish that. Let me finish. So LL orders this bowl of lettuce, right?
Bowl of lettuce.
And we're at, like, whatever this restaurant, it's a very famous restaurant, seafood restaurant. Everybody's like waiting on him to, how is he gonna eat this lettuce? Is he gonna put a crouton on it?
Right.
He gonna put some Parmesan,
Raisinets.
and he put absolutely nothing on it, right? But my point was, a person came up to you and they were like, yo, can I get a picture? And you looked at the lettuce and you said yes, but it opened a floodgate. You never got a chance to eat that lettuce.
Yeah,
because they was waiting on it.
yeah.
You know, all it takes is the first person, and as soon as they saw that, it was just like swarms of people. At this level of your career, you are still getting that. Is it something you ever get used to?
Well, listen, I've been professional since I was 16.
Right.
So, like, I literally, and I became a fan of hip hop, the Cold Crush and the Treacherous and all the early groups at 8.
Right.
I started writing rhymes at 11 or 12, rapping. At 16, I made my first song. We started Def Jam. This is all I've ever done.
Right.
So, for me, it is normal, but I don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, in other words, like, when there's a grandmother and she introduces her little baby to LL and says, oh, this is LL Cool J. And then the next year I see them and then that little kid is excited to see me 2 years later. I don't take that for granted. When I have, people like the other night, I don't know, I think we were in Toronto doing a show and I look in the audience, Detroit, and I see a woman who was clearly, they were day one fans. They had been with me since day one. And I look at they got these 20-year-olds surrounding them that they brought to the show so that they could experience hip hop with mom or grandma, like whoever
How
it
they
was,
experienced
auntie.
it. Right.
Like, and the kids walked away excited and happy. That's amazing. So, yeah, I don't take it for granted, man. Am I used to it? Yeah. But I don't take it for granted. You know what I'm saying?
When you see, as I say, the people on the tickety talk, the people on the tickety talk,
is hilarious.
they don't know that you rap. They know you from the acting thing. Mm-hmm. They put up, I was today years old. When you've had that kind of separation, how do you think people react when they found out that you made some of the biggest hits in hip hop?
I think, but that's the beauty of it, right? That just shows you there's always room for growth.
Right.
Anytime if I run into a kid and they're not familiar with my music, or if I run into a 20-year-old who knows me more as a personality and less as a musician, that's just an opportunity. That's all. Like, come down to the show. Let me put you on to something new. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, we run around the whole world. People all over the world know me for different things. But ultimately, hip-hop is my first love, and I'm not going to forget where I came from. And there's no money, there's no success or anything that will keep me away from what I know and love and what I do best. Because this is what I do best.
Yeah.
The other things I do well, but this I do best. So, this is an opportunity for people to see me do what I do best. So if you think I'm good at that other stuff.
Right. Where do you see this?
Wait till you see this. You know what I mean?
I remember hearing you on with Red Alert back in New York. I'm from the Bronx. And the girl called, she was like, what does LL mean? And I'm thinking, ladies love. You broke it down, so can you still do that?
Oh, that line?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it.
What is it?
But that's all you
No,
Ladies
come
love
on.
legend and leather, long and lean, don't wear pleather, last of the red hot loving MCs, looking for a little, that's my theory. Quick like lightning, too exciting. Love of ladies, don't allow biting. Level-headed leader, toy boy feeder, good love life in a rhyme by the beater. Look and learn on the one you like and listen to you, but love what I'm writing. Ladies love Long Island lean. Now you know what LL means. I think that's what it is. I think that's it. I think I remember it. Yeah. But that's like, 40 years, like.
It's still, you still remember it and it's still dope.
I can't believe it.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, stop playing, bro. Come on, stop playing.
I might need an Advil after that.
I've got to leave
to remember that.
I keep saying, man, listen, when I do my shows and I'm a host and the DJ puts on I'm bad. I'm rapping the whole first verse. I'm doing the move. No rapper can rap quite like I can. I take a muscle bound man putting face in the sand. Not the last month, I mean, I'll be doing it.
Yeah,
now,
Ray.
Now,
get
I'll be out of breath when I'm done, but it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Make it say go LL and do the
whop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Drop the mic, but leave it on a stand.
No, I'm not dropping. I can't afford to do
right
that
here. As we close with L, man, I just want to say, bro, you have never changed one iota. And you know how we get down. I mean, you've been at some of my broadcasts. I think we've been outside in the cold weather. Sometimes we've been everywhere. So when I found out you was coming today, I was not only honored, man, but just glad to say, at certain points, man, and people elevate, and I've been hearing people talking about, you separate yourselves, and if people don't respect the craft, then sometimes you don't get the same access. But I've always had the access to you, man. I've always felt like you were 100% on the up and up, man. I just want to say I appreciate you, brother.
No,
I'm glad to see
be
you,
here.
man.
Nah, I'm always glad
Yeah.
to see you, man. Always, Ryan. Always. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And thanks for having me. And look, I just want to invite, once again,
Yes, sir.
everybody, come down to the show, enjoy yourself. The Force Tour, Frequencies of Real Creative Energy. You never seen nothing like it. We doing I'm Bad. We doing all them joints like that. All that's gonna happen. So come on down. It's gonna be a hell of a time, man. Bring the family. You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy.
And
LL
don't be
Cool J.
late.
Because the show, remember, there's no intermission on this show.
Yeah.
Remember,
I love
once
that.
this show starts, it goes 3.5, 4 hours, whatever it
Full
is,
tilt.
full tilt. Because the roots, it's like the Grammys, like what we did on the Grammy. Like we going. We ain't no stopping on this one. You know what I mean?
Love it.
Yeah.
LL Cool J, Ryan Cameron
One
Uncensored.
time.
All right.